Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl Talley Moss, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how I am continuing to work on my coronavirus-inspired emergency garden. And what I'm actually doing is transplanting some of the seedlings that I started a few weeks ago. And also, I'm going to give you an update on some of the food that I'm growing in my greenhouse. Some of it will be donated and a lot will be preserved. Okay, let's get started. Gardeners, I'm going to plant lettuce in 2 of these containers. Of course, this one's busted under the bottom, so I'm going to take a coffee filter where that hole is right there, and that'll help keep the soil with so much moisture escaping. Then I'm going to put just a few little wood chips at the bottom, not even an inch worth. And then I'm going to fill it with soil. Okay. I'm going to do 2 containers like this, and I'll come back when I have them ready. Okay guys, I'm in the greenhouse, and I have my 2 oblong containers ready. They don't have a lot of holes in the bottom, and you know I plugged in one where it was cracked, but most of the drainage holes are on the sides. That keeps a little reservoir at the bottom of the container. So now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take my knife, and I'm going to get down at the bottom, and I'm going to just lift up some of the Butter Crunch lettuce seedlings, get my hand under there, and put a nice little amount here. And I'll get in here right here. Just get in there up under the soil. And take out a nice plug here. And so you guys know how I do it. I just put a hole, put some lettuce. Put a hole, drop a lettuce seedling. I think I can get, I'll just do 2 across. Shake it out. Those are 2 together, but that's okay because we have a lot. I think I can get 3 here where it's wider. Let's drop that in. I'm going to drop a couple in. Hope you can see that. Dig a hole and drop 2 in, because we can always thin these out later. Dig a hole, put it in. If it looks small, I'll put 2. If it looks big, I'll just put 1. These seedlings mature at different times progress. So let's put 2 right here since they're little. Real simple. And I'm gonna have to find some more containers, because I know I cannot put a video on YouTube saying that I'm going to give one of these containers to Miss Beverly and not have one for my daughter. In fact, I'll call her and see if she or her husband want to come over and pick up some seedlings. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll put 2 right there. That's real little. I'm not going to worry about that one. It's a nice size one here. We'll get it in there just like that, real simple. And I'll go back and I'll stand them up, and when I water them, I will make sure, looking for compost, I will make sure that I don't have any air pockets down there, because that will cause root rot. Did you see that? Okay, let's get one right here. One here. Sometimes I forget to look at the camera to see if I'm recording it. Please bear with me. Okay, I'll just put one in this corner right here. Let's get a good one. Put two of them right there. Dig a hole. Drop those roots in. And that's it. Very good. So I gotta move some of this out of the way. I'll give this one to my daughter because she knows how to thin seedlings out. And since school is out, she's still working from home, interviewing and keeping in touch with her teachers and making sure that the students are being taught and calling parents, that type of thing, stuff that an assistant principal does. But she knows how to garden very well, and she can take these seedlings and grow them. She can even scoop some of them out and put them in her garden beds. Okay. So I'm gonna finish this off camera and I'll come right back. I got them both done. Spaced kind of close together, so this is going to be for one individual. And I just called my daughter and she's going to come back tomorrow morning, so I'm not going to wrap these up. It's getting ready to start cooling down in the afternoon. I'm going to scoop her some out and put them in a probably a container, paper towel that's damp so that they won't dry out. And then I'll go ahead on and prick some out of here and fill in the gaps and put more soil in, and yeah, and I'll show you what I do. Guys, this is my Rainier cherry tree, and I'm looking at my first bloom ever. I'll give you a closer look at the tree. I hope some more cherries bloom, because it is my favorite cherry. Yep, Rainier. I've been cleaning, so excuse my nails. Yeah, maybe we'll get some cherries after all. I didn't think it was cold enough this winter because it was very mild. And I'm looking at something. If you see something like this, guys, below, here's the graft right there. Anything below there, that's coming from the root stock. You don't want that. This is fine, but I don't need any cherries down that low. So I'm removing all of that. Remember, if you have a grafted tree, you don't want anything growing here because you're just taking energy from your real tree. Yeah, I always walk around my food forest every day to see if, there are problems, if there are insects, and trying to eat my tree. Do I need to spray some neem oil at night? But yeah, that's my first cherry bloom. I think it's called cherry blossoms. Let me go in closer. That's a pear right there. But right here, my first ever cherry blossoms. It smells delightful. And I'm gonna move because I don't want these two trees touching each other. They're in containers. So I'm gonna move the Rainier cherry just a little. If I can't, I'm gonna have to put the phone down and do it. Okay. So I moved that tree so it was not touching another tree. I'm out of breath because it's heavy, but I did it. I hope I didn't go too fast. Let me slow down. It's pretty straight. Alrighty. I caught a butterfly pollinated my Miho Satsuma tree. I'm gonna try to walk over here and capture it. Right there. Okay, I better move while I spook. And here is my first Mexican petunia bloom from seedlings that I found growing in the wood chips, and I just scooped them up, put them into these containers, and grew them in the greenhouse all winter. So that's nice to see. These are going to be transplanted into larger pots very soon. It's always a lot to do in Cheryl's organic food forest. Especially since I started that emergency garden. Guys, I've been working like a dog. After a cup of tea, I'm back at it, and I'm getting ready to transplant these butter crunch lettuce seedlings into this pot. And I'll give it to whoever wants it. But I'll wait until I have gotten them to a harvest size. And then I'll give it to one of my daughter-in-laws or my sons if they want it. Okay. I'm finished with this pot, and it's gonna be looking good pretty soon. I'm reminded of a story. I was thinking about who I was gonna give this to, and I remember seeing a post on Facebook yesterday. I think it was from the Rick Smiley show. A young man went to his mom's house and to borrow some money, and she talked to him through the door and the window, and she said, "Son, I'm not coming through the door. What do you want?" He said, "Let me in." And she said, "No, I'm not letting anybody in my house. I'm on lockdown." He said, Mama, but I need some money." She told him to stand back. She went and got, I think it was a $20 bill or whatever, and she told him to stand back from the door. And she cracked the door, and she threw the money out. And then she went to her window, and she talked to him through the window. I thought that was funny. And guys, I'll be 66 in a couple months, and that's how I'm going to do these planters. Call me when you're getting ready to come and pick them up. I'll put them on the front porch. If you want to come around to the driveway, to the back, I'll put them back there. But I'm not letting anybody in. I am high risk. Okay, guys, I'm finished transplanting the butter crunch lettuce. As you can see here, I have 3 in oblong containers. I have 2 additional trays right here, and this one is still pretty dense. I'm going to remove some of the seedlings in this area, and this area when my daughter tells me she's on her way to pick these up. I thought it would be best to just keep them in the soil overnight and let them stay moist, and then I will give her some. Now, let me make myself clear, because I received some questions concerning why I did this. I started this emergency garden after my city went on lockdown, and I went to Kroger's to pick up a few things, and I saw that 1 pound of grapes was $4.99, and I said, this is ridiculous. People are going to start taking advantage of vulnerable people, and they're going to jack up the prices, which is called price gouging. And I said, no, not my family. not my 3 children and their spouses and my 6 grandchildren. I'm going to grow some extra food for them, as well as my friends, senior citizens especially, and also I'm going to grow this food for anybody that needs it after I take care of my family. And so, like I said, I started this garden and I had ran out of compost. I ran out of potting mix, but I knew I would be able to get some, even if I had to call one of my sons and ask them to just pick it up for me and drop it off in the driveway. But as it turned out, I was able to order the potting mix right here from Home Depot and had it express delivered. So you don't have to start a tray of seeds and then distribute them after they come up. You can do it in 6-pack sales. You can individually drop them where you want them. But this was an emergency, because if I had waited until I could get that potting mix, I wouldn't have the amount of growth. Let me zoom in closer. I wouldn't have this tremendous growth here. And plus, the seedlings are easier to transplant when they're a little bit bigger. So that was the reason for doing this. Okay, so I hope I cleared up any confusion or any questions you may have concerning why I chose this method to grow my emergency garden. You know what? I just saw something really pretty. 5 o'clock this morning, before the sun came up, I got my water feature out of the grow room, and I'll hook that up later on this afternoon. But I want to share this with you. I'm sitting down and I have to get up. Look at those morning glories. Is that not pretty? I'm not taking credit for this. I'm giving God all the glory, all the honor, because He created this and He just allowed me to be a steward over it. But aren't those beautiful? Look at that. That is so gorgeous. And remember, guys, I told you I wanted to grow them up. They're all the way to the top now. Now they just need to go over on both sides. Remember, to garden is to dream. Okie dokie. I think I'll go in the house and have another spot of tea. Which is good for me because I drink herbal teas and I don't use sugar. And then I'll probably come out and get this water feature going. It was under the gazebo, but I think I'm gonna put it right here this year. Okay, I will be back. Well, I got the water feature working. And I thought it would be best to put it here this year because I'm probably going to use the gazebo area for shade. Let me pan over there. It's messy right now, but I think I'm going to move the patio furniture out, and I'm probably going to have to put some plants up under there this year and put an umbrella over here while I'm standing so I can just sit back and have tea and relax and watch my water feature. Okie dokie. Just want to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and show my video to your friends. The end. Thank you for watching. Bye now.